Hey, this is PH and welcome to Good Bible Knowledge with PhD. In this set of videos, I want to provide a helpful and enjoyable way to understand common questions about the Bible. I hope you'll find these videos helpful for your own spiritual journey in Jesus. Let's get started. What's so important about Isaac? Isaac is one of those characters that is often overlooked because there's no record in the Bible of any remarkable achievement in his life. And yet Isaac was an irreplaceable part of God's plan of redemption. We saw that God's plan was to overcome the curse of sin through choosing one person and one nation through whom the entire world would be blessed. The centerpiece of God's redemptive plan was the Abrahamic covenant, God's unconditional promise that Abraham would produce a nation and would dwell in the land and be a blessing to all other nations. And a key fulfillment of that promise was the birth of Isaac. After the death of Sarah, Abraham sent out a faithful servant to find Isaac a wife. As the servant prayed at a wellspring, he met Rebekah and brought her back to Isaac, and Isaac and Rebekah were married. Isaac would now inherit God's promise to his father. After a number of years, Abraham died and was buried with Sarah, his wife. And now it was Isaac's responsibility to father a nation of blessing. However, Rebekah, like Sarah, was unable to have a child. Isaac prayed to the Lord, and God gave them not one, but two children, Esau and Jacob. God then appeared to Isaac, passing the promises of the Abrahamic covenant to him. Wherever Isaac went, God blessed him 100-fold. The people of the land, specifically the Philistines, became envious of Isaac's prosperity and compelled him to move. Every time Isaac believed he had found a place to rest, the Philistines would continue to take his land and drive him off. Finally, Isaac settled in a land called Beersheba, where he built an altar to worship the Lord. It was in Beersheba that Abimelech, the king of the Philistines, made a covenant with Isaac as a sign of peace. Isaac is an example of the patience and faithfulness of God. Just as the Philistines drove Isaac away again and again, there will always be some that instead of welcoming God's blessing will become envious. But God continues to be faithful to his promises, and to those who will humbly come to Jesus, to them God will extend his covenantal blessings. Jesus is the spring of water through which God offers to everyone the streams of eternal life. Thanks for listening to another episode of Good Bible Knowledge. We'll see you next time.